think for some of these videos I might start doing some book reviews. For today I wanted to talk a bit about this book here, The Flavor Matrix. I actually saw a copy of this at my workplace and I took a peek inside and I thought it was so interesting I decided to order a copy for myself. Alright, so here we are, The Flavor Matrix. I recently got the Flavor Bible. I enjoyed that one so much too that I got a copy from my father. I wanted to check this out though because I took a glance in this at work and I wanted to see how it was. So let's see, take a look on the back about the authors. So we have here this celebrity chef, James Briscioni. He's a director of culinary research at the Institute of Culinary Education. He's also been on the Food Network. Now, one of the things that caught my eye here is, you notice here it says he's lead chef on IBM's Chef Watson project. My father worked for IBM for about 26 years, so I saw that as being pretty interesting. Let's look inside here. So see some endorsements. Danielle Ballud, who I worked for, first job in the city here. So you see this is very interesting here. You can see it's very detailed, these different flavors. All right, introduction. So here it is. So it talks about how cooking with a computer, 2012. So the kitchen companion is Watson, which is IBM's famous supercomputer. Again, this is what I saw that really caught my eye because my father worked for IBM for 26 years, although he did chemistry, not computers. They actually approached him at the Institute of Culinary Education where he worked and talked about a way to come up with flavors based on science. Now, I thought this was very interesting and I really want to show my father this because you see it's breaking it down to chemistry. So for example, benzene, was this carbonate? Yeah, I got to learn a lot of this stuff myself. I don't know as much chemistry as I should, I suppose. See, like some of this I know: allium, garlic, capsaicin, spice, all that. And here's how to use the book. Let's see. So you see it's basically the featured ingredient and then whether it, the primary aromas, the complementary ingredients, whether it goes strongly or less strongly with it. It's pretty interesting. Pairing taste. Again, you'll notice balancing, so it's complement versus balancing, so it's contrast, but in a way that works. I think balancing is a good way to put it. So then here you have all the chemistry aspects. So fruity, phenol, Maillard. Maillard is the reaction from, it's the reaction like when you brown a piece of meat in the pan, that's Maillard reaction. Marine, sour, vegetal, sulfur, so like rotten eggs. You get that from durian as well, one of our favorites. Yeah, and then see, obviously I'm not going to read the whole book here. I just wanted to sort of give an intro, but like, so for example, like here's allium, garlic, so it's like subtypes, best pairings, surprise pairings, all that. And it's very interesting because he explains what it is, but also explains, like for example here, okay, there's sulfur, so that goes well with, you know, these other things. So garlic, sulfur isn't pungent, so it's aged. Bulb, now let's see, for separate variety onions, okay. So then of course roasting, that gives it a different flavor. Very interesting. I mean, and there's things here like garlic honey, which, you know, at first glance to people sounds weird, but then you try it, you realize it works, because there's the sulfur with the garlic is also in honey. Now, on the surface of it, that doesn't sound right, like, oh, garlic, honey, they're so different, but they're at a chemical level, they have similar compounds, which is why they work. Yeah, artichoke, on and on. Again, not going to read the whole thing here, obviously. One thing I like a little more about this in the Flavor Bible is that they actually have recipes as well. Because the Flavor Bible, they have dishes they feature, but it's not recipes. It's just the pairings. And then here in the back, it's reminiscent of the Flavor Bible, which is cool here because you see here it has, let's say, like pomegranate. Okay, the common chemical compounds, aromas, and how they pair with certain things because they both have the chemical compounds. This is really interesting. Like, this is probably one of the most interesting books I've seen in a little while. And it's one of those books that's really getting me to think differently about food and just like how flavor pairings work and where they come about. Because if you think about it, you go back in time, a lot of these flavor pairings, someone had to notice these right away, and then someone had to develop them, and I'm sure they got pushback for them. But then as time passed, more and more people figured out, no, these flavors do work well together. Let's try it, and you know, this is how you get the success. Yeah, very interesting. So I'm gonna go through this book some more, hopefully recreate some of these recipes. All right, so this is it. This is the Flavor Matrix. This is kind of a quick peek inside and sort of summarizing my broad views. Obviously, I've just gotten this book. I got to go further into it. I want to recreate some of the recipes. I want to use some of the recommendations. But so far, I'm really intrigued. And it's always exciting when you get a book that shapes your thinking in a different way and gets you to reconsider your whole thought paradigm. So again, I'm probably going to share some of this information with my father and his chemistry background. I'm curious to what he thinks. Maybe we'll do a follow-up video. But in the meantime, I recommend checking this book out. James Briscione. Is that how you say it? Briscione, yeah. Sorry. And yeah, check this out. Let me know if you do any of these recipes and how they turn out. Thank you. Hope this was helpful. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.